Let's take a look at Job Viewer. As an Itential Cloud customer, if you log into the Hub portal, you will be welcomed with this screen, which shows your different environments and the different Itential platforms that are associated with those environments. In this case, I'm using our lab setup, so I have two Itential platforms with a single environment called POC. Now, to get to Job Viewer, all we need to do is navigate here under Operations, click Job and Tasks, and we are welcomed with the Job Viewer dashboard. Now, at the very top, you'll notice under Environment, I can select my different environments. In this case, I only have one POC, but typically our customers have a staging environment, a dev environment, and a production environment. And so when you select one of those environments, all of the Itential platforms that are associated with those environments, all of their job logs are now correlated together in a single dashboard. So this immediately gives us the opportunity to do some very interesting things like search by job ID, but maybe more likely you're taking a look at things like what are some tasks that are now manually kind of running state, but now sitting on a manual task. Or perhaps if I'm a developer and I'm building automation workflows, I can take a look at error jobs to find out, where we're having problems with certain workflows. And I can do that across all of my IAPs in a single search. Along with that, if I can clear out the filters here, I have the ability now to also add and delete some columns so that maybe I'm interested in some stuff and not so interested in some other stuff. So in this case, maybe I don't need task descriptions, but I want to take a look at the project that a particular job is associated with. So I can do that here, and I can add my project column, and then I can kind of drag it to wherever I want to get the view I'm looking for. And that's super helpful. And then for every one of these columns that I have, I can filter based off of that. So in this case, I have two different projects, workflow examples and template examples. Let's take a look at what's available just from the template examples project that are in the logs. So I can take a quick look there, and of course I can clear them out again. So this is looking at things from a job perspective. Obviously, a job is made up of multiple tasks in the workflow that get executed. So if I click on a particular job, we'll take a look at this one here. You'll see all the different tasks that are associated with it. So here under variables, I can take a look at the input variables coming into that particular workflow, the output variables coming out of it. I'll go back to jobs and tasks. I can take a look at start times and end times. And then for every task that gets run, I can tell if it's an operations task, if it's an automation task, again, the workflow that was associated with. And if I'm trying to debug things, or maybe I'm trying to optimize workflows that are being run, we're trying to extract more efficiency out of our workflows, it might be helpful if I do something like this. I click on the elapsed time column, and I can take a look at what's taking the longest. In this case, we've got a 7-second task. It took 7 seconds to execute. And if I click on that, then I can get specific information about that task. So in this case, I can see the input, the output. I'm looking at the task itself is a run command template. So run command template is going to execute a series of CLI commands and get some output, maybe parse some of that output with the results. And so in that case, 7 seconds is probably correct what I expect. But in cases where maybe I'm trying to troubleshoot things or maybe optimize things, from right here, I can also go to this link, which will take me to a workflow and automation studio to the particular IAP that this was run from. Or I can go directly into the operations manager for that particular IAP this job was running from and take a look at the job details from the job manager itself. And so with that, we hope that you can see by using Job Viewer, you're going to get a much broader view of what's going on across all of your different IAPs and your different environments, what your workflows are doing. So whether you're an operator or a builder, this is a really helpful tool that we hope you can start to use and help to optimize and make those workflows run better, faster, and more efficient for you.